Alrighty, bought myself a new toy. This is my old axe here. I bought that for $10 off some old guy, and at a market or something, at a garage sale, I forget now. But it's sort of slipped forwards. The head has slipped forwards a bit there. For some reason, he painted the whole thing purple, and of course, some of the paint's rubbed off. But yeah, that shouldn't really be like that. I've got another packer somewhere, a couple of packers that I should put in there and push the head back up again. But this is pretty good for an axe because it never ever goes blunt. And I mean, I've hit the concrete there and everything with it quite a number of times, but it never stays, never goes blunt, and it always stays very, you know, fine edged and all that, and always seems sharp, even though I've never actually had to really sharpen it. I may have when I initially bought it, but anyway. This is a new toy. Now, I've only had to split about a dozen logs since I've been here in the last 2.5 years, so I've always been able to just do it with this. And a lot of those logs were cypress pine. There was about 2 or so that were hardwood. But now I've been chopping all these almonds up, I have a lot of hardwood logs that are quite big that will need to be split, so I've bought this one. And if you don't notice, this is sort of a reasonably large size one. This is actually an 8-pounder. Most of them about 3.5 pounds or thereabouts. But this, yeah, wasn't cheap. It was $89. The 3.5 pound ones are like $40. But yeah, this is the biggest one they had, so I got this. And I tell you what, she certainly packs a punch when you blooming hit something with it. But yeah, I wouldn't have bothered buying this if it wasn't for all the thick trunks of these almond trees that I'm going to have to split. I would have just continued on with this. But what I intend to do is cut off the smaller branches of the cypress pines I have and use those in future, and then come back at a later date and cut the actual trunks down, and by that time I'll actually buy a real log splitter where it can just stand there and just move the lever back and forwards, because as you know, I don't really feel like doing a whole stack of hard slog work if I can buy a machine that'll do it for me. And yeah, but of course those machines, you know, you're looking at basically about $1,500 to $3,500 for a decent log splitter. And I'll buy one of those hopefully at a later date, because seriously, those cypress pines I've got, some of them, oh gee, the trunks would be over 4 foot diameter and stuff like that down near the base. But for the meantime, this will do. But yeah, it's a new toy I wanted to show you all.